Have you ever wished your favorite Minecraft had a cinematic adventure version where you get to make the choices that matter? Then you must know about Minecraft Story Mode, the episodic point-and-click video game that has been popular among the game enthusiasts since 2015. Today, we'll explore the gameplay, plot, and other exciting details of the game. Marvelous Videos brings such exciting and fun content to you every day. Don't forget to click on like and subscribe to stay updated with our latest notifications. Now get ready to dive into the interactive storytelling world of Minecraft Story Mode. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. What's the story of Minecraft Story Mode? This graphic adventure video game is based on the sandbox game Minecraft with episodic pattern. In Minecraft Story Mode, the player can collect items and solve puzzles. The player can also talk to non-player characters, which makes the experience more interactive. These conversations help the player learn about the story and decide on the next step through conversation trees. These decisions by the player affect the future episodes in the game. The decisions are emotional, just like Telltale's previous games, but do not carry the emotional overtone like them. The fundamental elements of Minecraft, including crafting and building, are preserved in Minecraft Story Mode. The game also features action and combat sequences like other Telltale games. The game's story revolves around the primary character Jesse and their friends. Jesse and their friends must find a group of 4 adventurers known as the Order of the Stone to save their world from oblivion. The group had slayed an ender dragon that inhabited the End. A warrior, griefer, redstone engineer, and architect constitutes the Order of the Stone. Jesse and their friends must find each group member and seek their aid.
Run!
What happens in Episode 1, The Order of the Stone? Episode 1 begins with the introduction of the Order of the Stone and its members. Gabriel is a warrior, Eligard is a redstone engineer, Magnus is a rogue and a griefer, and Soren is an architect. Jesse and their friends Olivia, Axel, and Jesse's pet pig Ruben are participating in the Endercon building competition. They gather supplies needed to make a mob and decide on a team name. The Ocelots is a rival team set to win the competition again. They tease Jesse's team by calling it the Order of the Losers. Jesse and their friends grab everyone's attention in the competition with their excellent performance. Envious, a member of the Ocelots deliberately spills lava on Ruben's costume. Ruben runs into the woods with a burning costume, and Jesse follows, leaving their friends to protect their building. Jesse finds Ruben in the woods when hostile mobs attack them. At the end, while attempting to run, the player decides if Ruben sticks by Jesse's side or runs back to Endercon. Petra hears Jesse's pleas for help and aids him. Together, they take shelter in a cave, where Petra shows a wither skull and reveals to Jesse that a man at Endercon trades the skulls for a diamond. Jesse unites with their friends at Endercon. Jesse goes with Petra to trade into the dark alley, where they meet a man named Ivor. He scams Petra with lapis lazuli instead of a diamond. Petra and Jesse chase him, but are stopped at the gate to the hall by the usher, who doesn't allow them in without tickets. After figuring out that the usher is afraid of chickens, they break open the chicken farm using a slime block. It allows Jesse and their friends to enter the hall. The group reaches Ivor's secret room, where Jesse finds a chest with 2 wither skulls and also a pattern on the wall. Lucas informs them Ivor intends to create a wither and destroy the convention. Ivor spawns an iron golem, sending Jesse and his friends back to the main stage. Ivor reveals the wither, which transforms into a wither storm after consuming the command block attached to its body. Jesse's group and Ivor find a nether portal in Gabriel's temple. Jesse sends some of their friends through the nether portal, and they stay back to aid Petra and Gabriel against the wither storm. However, Jesse falls into the nether portal with Lucas while trying to save Petra and Gabriel. After the wither storm destroys the portal in the nether, Jesse's friends confront Ivor and he spills the beans. He reveals that the only way out of the nether is the minecart track. Another nether portal takes Jesse's friends to the overworld. At the temple, Jesse and their friends discover that Ivor is one of the members of the Order of the Stone. However, he's thrown out of the group because he distrusts Gabriel. With the amulet's help, they find out the locations of other members of the Order, and now the player has to make a critical choice, whether to find Magnus with Axel or search for Eligard with Olivia.
I'm like the wind!
What happens in Episode 2, Assembly Required? Episode 2 of Minecraft Story Mode is about Jesse's quest to find the rest of the Order. The player has 2 choices at the end of Episode 1, directly influencing the second episode's course. If the player chooses to find Magnus with Axel, they will return to the Nether along with Ruben. They will reach a portal leading them to a village dominated by griefers, Boomtown. The group barely escapes the attack by griefers and arrives at Magnus' hideout. Magnus reluctantly agrees to join forces with Jesse's group to save the world, but on one condition. Jesse has to beat him in the death Bowl. Of course, our hero Jesse wins, and Magnus has to follow them. The Wither Storm destroys Boomtown, and everyone has to retreat to the temple. If the player chooses the second option, which is finding Eligard with Olivia, they will reach Redstonia, along with Reuben through a portal. Redstonia is popular as the capital city of engineering. To reach Eligard's Dome of Concentration, Jesse either crafts or steals a repeater to re-enable the stair controls. Eligard has tried to create a command block for staggering more than 6,451 times, and thinks Calvin sent Jesse and Olivia there. Jesse and their friends decide to help Eligard create a command block. After 2 failed attempts, Eligard thinks the command block is destabilizing. The Wither Storm destroys Redstonia just like Boomtown in the other choice, and retreats to the temple. At the temple, Gabriel meets everyone. Jesse's friends try to find Soren. When Ivor appears on the map, Jesse's friends and the Order decide to stop him before he discovers Soren's hideout. The player then chooses whether to find Ivor at night or in the morning. At Soren's temple, Eligard and Magnus quarrel and part ways. Jesse decides who they must follow, and Petra or Gabriel goes with Jesse to talk about a private matter. Gabriel has got wither sickness because of the Wither Storm. They reach a library where Jesse finds Ivor. Gabriel, Jesse, and Ivor fight using swords and potions. Ivor hits Jesse's friends with a potion of slowness so he can kill Eligard and Magnus and destroy the world.
Yeah!
What happens in episode 3, The Last Place You Look? After the potion's effect fades away, Jesse uses the amulet to discover that Soren is underground. The group digs a hole into the ground, leading them to a mob grinder. Though the amulet slips from Jesse's hand, they retrieve it. They slip into the water and fall toward death. Fortunately, a creeper blows up the crusher at the right time, so Jesse and their friends fall safely. However, the mob once again attacks them. Finally, the group finds an end portal. The group follows Soren while sneaking from the Enderman. At the top of the staircase is a woolly area where Jesse finds a secret door that leads them to Soren's house. Jesse and Olivia find a jukebox that plays a recording. Jesse listens to the rest of the records while frustrated Olivia searches for more clues. One of the records reveals Soren has made a suit to disguise himself as an Enderman. Jesse finds some blueprints. They also collect 5 clay bricks inside the room and get a 6th from an Enderman. Jesse hastily crafts the recipe but gets knocked out by someone in Enderman's suit. The person inside that suit is none other than Soren. Gabriel or Petra happily reunite with Soren after the amulet is shown. They then escape the end. Using minecarts in the overworld, the group arrives on the surface where Eligard and Magnus are present to help. They offer their set of armor to Jesse. Choosing the armor, Jesse quickly crafts the Formidibomb and throws it at the Wither Storm. The bomb explodes, and one of the tentacles of the Wither Storm kills either Magnus or Eligard. Jesse finds out that the command block of the Wither Storm has yet to be destroyed, which allows it to be revived. Petra and Gabriel, whom the player abandoned at the temple, arrive to help but have amnesia, resulting in them forgetting their names. What happened in episode 4? A block and a hard place. After the dramatic ending of episode 3, Jesse and the friends dodge Witherstorm's attack and build a bridge. Gabriel or Petra, whoever was trapped in the Witherstorm, begins to regain their memories. Jesse tells them to stay back and rest while Lucas leaves the group searching for his gang. While Soren and Ivor argue about the Witherstorm, it's discovered that it purposefully follows the amulet. Ivor programmed it that way. He apologizes, and the group accepts his idea to destroy the command block. The group reaches Ivor's lab in the Far Lands. Axel and Eligard or Magnus separate from the group with the amulet. Ivor and Jesse find a witch hut where a cake adorns the window. The witch attacks Jesse while Ivor disappears mysteriously. If Jesse chooses to return to their friends, the mob attacks them, but Ivor distracts the mob in this case. Jesse and their friends escape and reach the Far Lands, where they find a way to Ivor's lab. They see the Order's 5 treasures: a sea lantern, prismarine shards, packed ice, gas tier, and a dragon egg. The group uses these items to open a door to a room designed after the Order's battle with the Ender Dragon. Jesse also discovers an enchantment book and ender crystals. Soren says they were destroyed during the fight. Now comes a surprising twist in the storyline. Soren lied about the story of the battle. The Order was never the true hero, and the dragon vanished because of the command block. That was the reason Ivor left the group. Ivor returns and reveals he wanted to prove that the Order was fake using the Wither Storm. He gives Jesse an enchantment book and a new armor to destroy the command block. At Soren's temple, Jesse's team uses Endermen to remove the blocks from the Wither Storm by provoking them. This results in a hole that Jesse uses to enter the storm along with Reuben. Jesse uses the enchanted weapon inside the Wither Storm, and the command block begins to crack. The Wither Storm uses its long tentacles to protect the command block. However, Jesse manages to destroy it. A tentacle grabs Jesse and they drop their weapon. Reuben comes to their aid and delivers the weapon to Jesse. Shockingly, Reuben gets kicked into the pit. Jesse finally kills the Wither Storm. Jesse and their friends are heartbroken at Reuben's death and make a memorial for him. After Gabriel revealed the Order of Stone were fake heroes, Jesse and their friends became the new Order of Stone.
Always looking to one-up us, aren't you?
What happens in Episode 5, Order Up? After surviving an emotional roller coaster, the newly formed Order of the Stone, that is Jesse, Petra, Olivia, and Axel, without Lucas, reach a temple located in the jungle as part of their next adventure. They aim to find a treasure, which is an enchanted flint and steel. They get attacked by the mob but survive, and decide to speak to Ivor about the treasure they've found. On their path, the former Ocelots, now known as Blaze Rods, block the New Order. They taunt and demean the New Order, which doesn't sit well with Jesse, who threatens the Blaze Rods to stop troubling them. Ivor is creating a lava house, which the citizens think is unsafe. The player makes another important choice. The lava house remains, or should the citizens tear it down? Jesse, Lucas, Petra, and Ivor meet in the palace room, where Ivor realizes the treasure found by the Order can guide them to the Eversource. At the temple, the group lights up the portal, but surprisingly, the Blaze Rods enter it first, and then the group follows. Jesse, Petra, Lucas, and Ivor reach an island floating in the atmosphere, which is located near the Sky City. Unauthorized building activity is prohibited in this city, yet the group builds a dirt bridge to reach it. Before the group gathers any information on the Blaze Rods from Milo, a citizen of Sky City, the city's founder Issa threatens Jesse with arrest for illegally constructing the bridge. However, Ivor takes the blame in Jesse's place. If the player sticks with Ivor, Lucas and Jesse too take the blame and get to meet the city's founder. Despite Jesse explaining their actions, the city's founder sends the group to prison. Reginald believes Jesse and the team are not truly criminals and only want to stop the Blaze Rods, so he frees them. Lucas will get caught. Petra and Jesse will find out that the leader of Build Club is none other than Milo if the player chooses to go with him. To prove they're a builder, Jesse has to compose an anvil, iron boots, or an iron golem. Then Jesse, Milo, and Petra will head to stop the Blaze Rods. The group reaches a resource room, where the trunks loaded with spawn eggs are lined up. They find the Eversource, a chicken. It makes spawn eggs. Aiden and Issa appear to stop the group. However, the Blaze betrays her and pushes Jesse and Issa into a void. It leaves Issa baffled to find the land below the Sky City. She apologizes to Jesse, and they build a way to reach Sky City together. They find that the Blaze Rods spawn numerous zombies and gas to ruin the city, using a potion chosen by the player and given by Ivor. Jesse reaches Aiden. They both get into a sword fight where Jesse gains dominance. Aiden finally surrenders and offers Jesse the enchanted flint and steel. Citizens of Sky City fall into the waterfall. They're as shocked as Issa was to see the land. Now the player makes another crucial decision, and chooses if Issa or Milo or both have the power of the people. As a token of gratitude for saving Sky City, Issa offers Jesse the Eversource's crown. Jesse and their friends again use the portal to get back home. However, it again directs them to an unexpected place where several different portals fill it.
I don't know what you're playing at, but I'm bored with it.
What happens in Episode 6, A Portal to Mystery? Minecraft Story Mode Episode 6 begins from where the previous episode ends. One portal among the dozens leads Jesse, Ivor, Lucas, and Petra to a graveyard. They find a book on one tombstone, which is actually an invitation to a mansion. The party escapes from a zombie attack and reaches the mansion, where the main door is sealed. Thus, the group enters the mansion through the kitchen window and meet YouTubers Captain Sparkles and Torque Dog. The story takes a dark turn when Torque Dog gets hit by arrows and dies. LD Shadow Lady meets the group. They meet other new characters in the main hall. Cassie Rose with a pet cat, Stacy Plays, Dan TDM, and Stampy Cat. Jesse begins questioning everyone in the dining area about Torque Dog's personality and behavior. Captain Sparkles informs them that Torque Dog was searching for the enchanted steel and flint. Jesse can either show or not show the rare item they possess. Another twist comes when Captain Sparkles dies after falling into a hole and suffocating. The lights go off when a figure sporting a white pumpkin appears. He's looking for the treasure and will not hesitate to murder people to get it. Cassie Rose's attempt to run away fails, since the zombies surround the mansion. Upon closer inspection, Jesse and Lucas uncover 4 buttons on the table. They also discover an armor stand is used to make the white pumpkin. A jukebox was used for his voice. Stampy Cat, Dan TDM, and LD Shadow Lady come under Jesse's suspicion. Dan TDM claims he's a redstone neophyte. The flint and steel belongs to him. He also claims that he never saw those pitched arrows before. He asks Lizzie for information on the potion. He also urges Stampy to give information on redstone. LD Shadow Lady claims she's an intermediate level redstoner and knows about the tipped arrows. She suspects Stampy could rob the flint and steel. She asks Stampy for information on the potion. Stampy isn't interested in getting the flint and steel. He believes Dan TDM's claim is false. He also never noticed tipped arrows. He asks LD Shady about information on the potion. Amongst them, Stampy is a liar. He's not a redstone neophyte, but the tri-block champion. Jesse can either accuse someone or conclude that nobody can be suspected due to lack of evidence. Jesse, Ivor, and Petra check the trap in the kitchen, where Jesse reveals a hidden passageway behind a painting. There's a level that allegedly regulates the dispenser that fired the arrows. The White Pumpkin exploits that passageway to roam inside the mansion secretly. It leads them to a library filled with numerous spiders. The player chooses a character between Dan TDM and LD Shadow Lady that gets killed by the spiders or the White Pumpkin. Lucas and Jesse chase after the White Pumpkin when the latter places the mask on Lucas. Mistaking Lucas as the White Pumpkin, he gets interrogated. To prove Lucas's innocence, Petra and Jesse try to find evidence which leads them into the mansion's basement. They find a farm of white pumpkins, an item transportation system, and a main hub that holds information on a lake, a dozen calico cats, potions, and a trunk of goods of the dead people. The discovery reveals Cassie Rose is the true culprit. As the group is about to strike at Cassie, she falls into a trap she created and dies. The rest leave the mansion. Jesse and their friends light up a portal, which turns out to be a dud. The group falls into a pit filled with several endermites. Surprisingly, Cassie Rose is not dead. Lucas, Petra, and Ivor save their lives, but Jesse has to fight with the White Pumpkin to get the enchanted flint and steel. Jesse wins, and the player either throws Winslow in the pit with Cassie or walks away. What happened in Episode 7, Access Denied? In Episode 7, Access Denied of Minecraft Story Mode, the storyline progresses to a mesa biome. Jesse and Petra kill a supposed super zombie before more super zombies, which indicates that Jesse and the others should follow them. The group is led to a town dominated by mindless people who have red chips on the backs of their heads. The town is called Crown Mesa. Jesse suspects Harper and tries to confront her, but she runs away. The townspeople bring Jesse and their friends to see Prototype Autonomous Management Agent, alias PAMA. It's a supercomputer made of redstone equipment. It controls minds using the red chips. The supercomputer instantly detects the 4 outsiders and turns Lucas and Petra into the same mindless zombies with red chips. When it's Jesse and Ivor's turn, they use an unsolvable riddle or math problem to confuse PAMA and divert its power. They slip out of there along with Harper to her secret lab. On their way, the group discovers how to destroy those red chips, water. When stopped by PAMA's henchmen, of which Luca and Petrus are also a part of, Jesse uses water on either of them. Harper gets kidnapped after she gives Jesse a rose to present to Harry. Jesse does the same, removing ice from Margaret's head, and Harper's friend a redstone torch. Now Jesse can use a headset to control PAMA's one henchman. Jesse can also jump to other henchmen if they get surrounded. Jesse prevents Harper from turning into the useful zombie. Harper advises Jesse to remove the redstone heart from PAMA's core. Jesse throws water inside the core of the redstone blocks connected to PAMA's heart. Jesse is about to remove the redstone heart when they're confronted by whoever the player left chipped among Petra and Lucas. Ultimately, Jesse wins, removes the redstone heart from PAMA's core and shuts it down. All the henchmen or useful zombies under PAMA's direct control are free. After the celebrations, Jesse and their friends return to the portal room, where Harper informs them about an atlas she and some others have created to chalk down routes between the portal worlds. She reveals a flight of stairs that will lead the group to the person who has that atlas.
Got it.
What happens in Episode 8, A Journey's End? We're finally at the last episode of the Minecraft Story Mode exploration. Following the events in the previous episode, Jesse, Lucas, Petra, Ivor, and Harper use the stairway to get to a door. Harper pushes Jesse and their friends from the platform, and they fall into a game of spleef. Either Ivor or Petra or Lucas die, depending on the player's choice. Jesse uses their sword, not knowing it's illegal. The rest of the old builders, Otto, Hadrian, and Mavia stop the game of spleef and inform Jesse of the game's rules. In an interesting turn of events, the characters that die are respawned since they're forced to work in the mines, and the rest are permitted to stay in the village of the competition. Jesse and their friends try to befriend their fellow competitors. Some mentioned a legendary player, Tim, who was the only game winner. Lucas and Ivor or Petra are also out of the mines. Harper and Otto unite with the group. The next day, Jesse and Ivor or Petra participate in the games. Jesse can either accept or reject the truce called by the green team. The game starts with a race that leads the players to Gladiator Junction. Jesse helps a member of the green team, Nell, win the game. A conspiracy brews behind the curtains. Another member of the green team, Emily, has struck a deal with Hadrian to eradicate Jesse, but she fails to follow through. One of the gladiators, Slab, orders Jesse to meet Hadrian. Inside his office, Hadrian says he made up Tim's story to motivate the competitors. He breaks down the wall and reveals Reuben from the first episode as captives. He changes the terms of the deal and says that if Jesse wins, Axel and Olivia have to work in the mines forever, and if Jesse fails, all of their friends will leave, but Jesse has to stay behind kind. After accepting or rejecting the deal, Jesse returns to the competitor's village, where he exposes Hadrian's plan. Jesse can choose to reveal that Tim's story is fake. The next day, the game begins, and Jesse lands in a place full of gravel and dirt. The walls come down, and now the participants team up. Jesse and the other participants defeat the gladiators. Otto, one of the older builders, is about to give Jesse the Atlas, when Hadrian and Mavia entrap him in obsidian. They fight with Jesse. Jesse wins the fight with Tim's armor, and gains the Atlas. Jesse convinces Emily to return home and help Otto make the games fun again, or join the team. Now Jesse, Petra, Axel, Olivia, Lucas, and Ivor return home and showcase their souvenirs, when they notice another twisting turn. Ivor has run away with the Atlas and the enchanted flint and steel. Jesse has to choose if they want to chase after Ivor or let him be. The post-credit scene of the last episode shows Hadrian and Mavia spawning in a world of chicken-sized zombies. Hadrian alleviates Mavia of her enforcer duties. How was Minecraft Story Mode developed? Telltale was busy creating Tales from the Borderlands in 2012. It was an episodic series based on the Borderlands series when the idea for Minecraft Story Mode struck. John Stauffer and the team began brainstorming the idea for a Minecraft-related game. In 2013, Telltale started negotiations with Mojang Studios and worked on the title shortly thereafter. Telltale decided to introduce a new main character for Minecraft Story Mode, instead of using Minecraft's default characters Alex and Steve. And that's how Jesse's character was born. They planned this game in a way that doesn't provide any background for some of Minecraft's concepts, like the creepers. The intention was to avoid the game's fans' various interpretations of these elements. Stauffer aimed to keep the story family-friendly, like Ghostbusters or the Goonies. Many voice artists who worked in this game have already been a part of such films of the 1990s. The game also includes references to some of these films. Unlike the recent The Walking Dead, Telltale's original games were adventurous and family-friendly. The story of Minecraft Story Mode was woven to make it accessible to both beginners and advanced players of Minecraft and new audiences. The game was announced formally in 2014 as a collaborative project between Telltale Games and Mojang Studios. The game's first trailer was released in July 2015 during the Minecon convention. Telltale confirmed the launch of the Minecraft game would be released on a Nintendo platform for the first time. In August 2015, the announcement was made that the player could choose Jesse's appearance. In October 2015, a folk band from Annandale, California announced that they composed the music for the game. Marvelous verdict. The blocky adventure of Minecraft Story Mode gave a whole new meaning to the world of Minecraft. Its interactive storytelling and episodic format follow the other Telltale games like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. Every game episode is full of terrifying monsters and making life or death decisions, which makes it all the more exhilarating. So what was your favorite moment from all the episodes? Let us know in the comments and we'll see you in the next one. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.